morning, everybody. How are you this morning? Lovely day out there today, or at least a little bit lovelier than yesterday. We had a snowstorm here yesterday, and quite a storm. So settled down today, and snow's been taken away. So that's a nice thing. Okay, so here we are, day 16. Holy smokes! And chapter 6 of our book, The Magic of Thinking Big. This chapter is on you are what you think you are. So, see yourself, sell yourself to yourself. This is so important because, we've talked about this previously, but once again, how you see you is so important. And you need to sell yourself to yourself. Now, this chapter is about, exactly that, selling yourself to yourself. And one of the things that I grew up with, of course, is like you never talk too highly of yourself. And, I recall even as a kid saying something, I'm really good at that. And my mom saying, hey, don't talk about yourself like that. That's being prideful or whatever. And, that was the mindset that we grew up. It's not my mom's fault. That's how she grew up as well. And perhaps even stronger than that at the time when she was growing up. However, this kind of mindset gets into our brains and starts to wear on our belief in ourselves and what we can do and our own self-esteem. And so I want to encourage you to sell yourself to yourself. This is not for anybody else to hear. It is for you. It's for the internal message that you tell yourself every single day. So there's enough people out there, who are ready, willing, and able to knock you down or to tell you something bad about you or how you don't do things the way they think you should. So you need to be the best salesman for you that you could possibly be. So what can you do? What are some things that you can do to sell you to you? Okay, so let's think about an important person in your life. Think about an important person that that you appreciate and maybe somebody that you would like to be like, or maybe somebody you would just like to meet. In your head, they're an important person. And we're going to use that person as the measuring stick, shall we say, for how you see you and how you do you. Okay? So first is look important. So if you think about this important person in your life, think about how do they dress. Okay? So dress the part. Don't be a slob all the time. Like, there is no person that is important that dresses like a slob. It just doesn't happen. If they've got a business or they're successful, they also dress the part. Now, you don't have to have a lot of money to dress nice. It's just, you don't. I grew up on an acreage, and sometimes out on that acreage growing up, things weren't always the best. Like sometimes our water would freeze, or we'd run out of water, or sometimes, we didn't have heat always. We were fairly poor growing up, and there were, winters where we heated with wood. It's just like we didn't have a furnace. We used propane, and parents couldn't afford propane, so we heated with wood. So the one thing, though, that my mom did always tell us is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the circumstance at home is. There is a way for you to look good. Wash your makeup off your face, clean up, comb your hair, dress, with clean clothes. If you use deodorant, all those kinds of things that can make you put your best foot forward. Basically, the idea is that there was never an excuse to not look good, ever. It didn't matter what the circumstances were at home. There was never an excuse. And so I want you to take on that attitude. There's never an excuse. You know, nowadays, if you're within the listening of my voice, the chances are that you aren't dealing with any of those problems. So you probably do have water. So shower. There's no excuse for not showering or having a bath every night if you have to. If you are a person that perspires more than the next person and you have to shower twice a day, then do it. Just do it. So there's no excuse for not being clean. There's no excuse for not washing your clothes. If you have to, throw them in the tub and scrub them and hang them up over your shower curtain, then do it. There's no excuse. So, and especially, if you are a person, one who perspires more, also, if you are a smoker, stop smoking. I really encourage you to stop smoking. I've never been a smoker, and I know it's a tough thing to stop. My dad was a smoker his entire life, and it took him, I don't even know how many tries before he finally stopped. And actually, he got sick. I mean, he has COPD and other respiratory issues that are affecting his life now. And so let me encourage you, stop smoking. Just, it's up here. Make up your mind. Just stop. And also, because it's in your skin, it's in your clothes, and there's, if you want to be able to put your best foot forward, it's one of those things that I just think, if you're a smoker, you need to just be a clean smoker. At the very least, be a clean smoker. Make sure you are clean every day. You're showering, your clothes are clean. Don't smoke in your vehicle. You don't smoke in your house, so that all of your everything doesn't smell like smoke. Less and less people are smoking, so I'm going to encourage you to just quit that. Okay. I used to be an image consultant back, a lot of years now, and I would teach people how to dress, how to do their hair, how to do skincare, makeup, hair. I was a hairstylist, and then how to dress according to your color, your personality, your body shape, body size, all that kind of stuff. And so, there are some basics that you can learn that will just absolutely improve your life. If you don't know anything about color, maybe that's the one thing that you need to find out about, is color. Not all colors are good on all people. And so, find out what color works for you. What is the best color for you to wear, and buy that color. Okay, think your work is important. This doesn't matter what you do in life. It doesn't matter where you are on the ladder of success, but just think about your work as important. Here's something to think about. If you are getting paid for your job, then it is important enough that someone decided we need to pay for this. And so I want to encourage you that no matter what your job is, think about your job as important. It doesn't, if there's a job is important, you will receive mental signals on how to do the job better. So when you think about your job being important, you automatically think about, your mental signals automatically come to you about how you can do your job better. And how you do your job better, of course, creates a better circumstance for you and for the people around you. Give yourself a pep talk as many times during a day as you need to. Create your own commercial. I'm going to read you this one. This one was in the book, in chapter 6, on in the paperback version here on page 140, and actually that's not true, 142. Okay, here's the commercial that he puts on in this book, and the guy is named Tom Daley. Tom Daley, meet Tom Daley, a really important person. Tom, you're a big thinker, so think big. Think big about everything. You've got plenty of ability to do a first-class job, so do a first-class job. Tom, you believe in happiness, progress, and prosperity. So talk only happiness. Talk only progress. Talk only prosperity. You have lots of drive, Tom, lots of drive. So put that drive to work. Nothing can stop you, Tom, nothing. Tom, you're enthusiastic. Let your enthusiasm show. You look good, Tom. You feel good, Tom. Stay that way. Tom Daley, you're a great fellow yesterday, and you're going to be an even greater fellow today. Now go to it, Tom. Go forward. That's a commercial. Okay, so that's a commercial for Tom. And I want to encourage you to write your own commercial. This isn't a commercial for anybody else. It's just for you. And it's something that you can repeat to yourself a couple times in a day, or of course as many times as you need to do. And so, where are you on your self-esteem level? If it's way down here, then maybe you need to be reading your own commercial several times in a day. And go as far as this one. I mean, this is a pretty damn good commercial. Tom is selling himself on himself. And so I want to encourage you to do that. Okay, in any situation, ask yourself, is this the way an important person thinks? Take a moment, then listen to the answer in your head, and then follow those instructions. It's always good to take a moment to step back and think, okay, is this how I want to do this? Is this how I want to do life? Is this how somebody important would do this? How would, that perfect person for me that I want to follow, how would they do life? And so stop and take a moment and consider that. So that is all about you are what you think you are. And I want to encourage you today to think highly of yourself. Like I said, there's plenty of people in this world that will shrink you down and destroy you fast and easy. It doesn't matter. The thing is that, we can take in so much good, and then one person will come by and say something negative, and that is the thing that we will focus on. And we are just made that way. For some reason, we're made that way. So it is infinitely more important that you put in more and more good stuff. Put in the good stuff so that when the bad stuff comes along, you don't believe it. So that's it for today's chapter. Thank you for stopping by, and have a wonderful day, everybody. Love you.